Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Already been doing a lot of these in 2015, relatively speaking. This is a brand new 2X espresso using my Southern Tier goblet. It's actually the chocolate goblet. Had this for a while. Speaking of which, a review of that beer just happens to be in my book, The Handbook of Porters and Stouts. We'll talk more about that later. Yeah, it means definitely a black beer. It means stout. What do you expect? Had about a finger of head there. I mean, just kind of like the shape of the glass. Still a little bit of beer left in the bottle. Yeah, it's huge coffee notes. Definitely like espresso type, not your breakfast blend type coffee. Those deeply like French roast coffee. I'm not a coffee connoisseur, so I'm not familiar with the lingo, but yeah, deeply and definitely dark chocolate aroma too. It doesn't smell sweet. It smells very roasty. I do not smell lemon or citrus or anything. I mean, just smells like a coffee stout. So let's get in here. Cheers. Yeah, I mean, it's just I hate to say standard coffee stout because it just sounds like it doesn't sound like a compliment. It's not like the absolute best coffee stout I've ever had, but it's it's a really good one. That lemon peel it's in there, but it's quite subtle. It's more about the spice than the citrus. It's just kind of like a really, I let this sit out for probably half hour, maybe even 40 minutes before I drank it to let it really warm up so you can taste all the subtleties. Whatever lemon character is in there, it's just more of a background subtleness. It's not. They made a point of saying on here, that it's going to be citrusy. They even say it knows rich coffee, roasted malt, subtle citrus, sort of flavor, thick, full-bodied chocolate coffee, light cream, hints of lemon. Yeah, it's dark chocolate up front, slightly sweet. Get some bitterness in the middle, just kind of regular dry bitterness. On the finish, you get that lovely, deep, French roast. There's a lot of coffee stouts in coffee porters and stuff that taste like iced coffee, where they're very, very sweet. You can almost taste the sugar. It's just actually interesting because this one is this has the lactose sugar in it, so it is essentially a milk stout with coffee, which I'm doing a homebrew tomorrow on almost the exact same recipe as this. The lactose, maybe it creates for a slight kind of tang or just a kind of general sweetness. It's really not, when you put coffee in a beer, it tends to override everything. I'm gonna take a real quick break, word from the sponsor, and we'll come back with the final thoughts on the 2X espresso.
Hey craft beer drinkers, have we got a book for you? The Handbook of Porters and Stouts. This book documents the greatest examples of dark beer available on the market today. From old world traditional brews to American craft breweries pushing the boundaries of what dark beer can be. You'll learn about the origins of the styles as well as the brewers behind the beer. Available in bookstores November 11th or pre-order from Amazon at a discounted rate today. Come to the dark side with the Handbook of Porters and Stouts by Josh Christie and Chad Polenz.
Alright, so let's rate this on Rate Beer. For aroma, I'm going to go 8 out of 10. Nice kind of coffee scent, but that's pretty much it. It's not the most enticing coffee stout I've ever smelled. It smells nice. Appearance, I'm going to go 4. I'll mostly penalize it because it had a fairly small head. Nice, lacing sticking around. Otherwise, it looks good. Taste, I'm going to go 8. 8 out of 10. It tastes really good. I kept saying, it's a coffee stout. I'd probably... Whoa, I almost spilled my beer. I probably would go 9 if, that lemon peel was, a little more prominent or, really did something unique and original. To me, this is drinking, I don't even want to compare it to any other beers because, it might sound like I'm, slighting this, but I'm saying, oh, yeah, it just tastes like that. It tastes like what it is. Palate, I'm going to go high. I'm going to go the full 5 out of 5. It's really easy to drink. It's 7.5 ABV. There's no heat. There's no warmth on this, even though I let it sit out for a while. Mouthfeel is really smooth. It still has a pretty good. Still has a pretty good carbonation level to it. There's really not much in the way of like residual, like the aftertaste is like there's like slight kind of dryness on it, but otherwise pretty clean. There's nothing cloying, nothing sticky about it. Like some of the Imperial Blackwater series beers, those are like real sticky and cloying in the aftertaste. Overall, I'm gonna go 15 out of 20, which gives it a total score of 4 out of 5 on Rate Beer scale, which is a 8 out of 10 on my scale. I mean, I think it's a very good beer. It's not quite excellent or world class or outstanding or anything. I like it. It's not their best beer ever, but it's another Southern Tier. The majority of what they make tends to score at least an 8 with me. Like everything they make is usually like really darn good, and that's true of this one too. So there you go, 8 out of 10 for 2Espresso. Good coffee stout. I think a little bit more could probably be done with it, but for what it is, it's pretty good. So, thanks for watching. Remember to check out my book. I got quite a few Southern Tier beer reviews in there, and I will see you next time. Cheers.